Welcome conservation crew and welcome to another Nature Diaries. Today we're actually in Slapton and we're at Slapton Ley, which is the largest freshwater lake in the southwest of England. So it's about 1.5 miles long. But this lake is under threat from saltwater, so we've got Slapton Sands just next to us there. And this place can be prone to flooding, so there's a series of gates in the lake to try and protect the freshwater ecosystem. Also, just in the distance, we have Start Bay, which is really good for cetaceans, and there's a nice lighthouse there and so on. But today we're going to concentrate on the lake and see what we can find. We're just at the start of the ley and we've come across a lovely seating area, but freshwater is a really good ecosystem, so we're expecting to see quite a lot of things. We're starting off by this little bit on the edge of the lake here, and we can see lots of stickleback in there. We can also see damselflies and so on. So these are really towards the bottom of the food chain, so there'll be lots of birds, amphibians and even reptiles that want to feast upon the things which we're finding in the shallows of the pond here. I've just been banished by Laura, who's trying to capture a dragonfly, so I'm going to keep my distance and let's see if she manages to capture it. Fingers crossed. Just on a pond dipping decking now, which has been put here by the Field Studies Council who run the site. It's actually owned by Whitley Wildlife Trust, Conservation Trust, but they engage a lot of people here, and kids especially, and get them into the outdoors, so that's a really good thing. Just in an area as well with lots of reed beds, which is one of those very important, but also one of them habitats that's disappearing at an alarming rate. Got lots of movement just on the lake behind us, so lots of little fish are jumping, so there might be something like a pike or something chasing it. You can't really see because of the glare, but Laura's down there trying to film it. So again, it's just another dynamic to the life within these freshwater ecosystems. As well as being a beautiful place for wildlife, this place is also quite key in our history. So just over on Slapton Sands, which is a couple of 100 metres away, US troops were actually using the area to prepare for the D-Day landings. So it is really an important cultural site as well. Now unfortunately during that training there were some friendly fire incidences and a lot of American troops actually died. There was also some attacks by Nazi U-boats. So in total over 700 American troops died in this area and preparing for the D-Day landings. So it's just really important when we're out in nature in places like this, just to reflect and remember the people who gave it all so we could enjoy these beautiful places. So Laura and I were just chatting and we were just complimenting the great educational signs and facilities around this reserve. So it really encourages people to get involved with nature, whether it's the pond dipping area or whether it's the bird eye. But there's also subtle signs where they're telling you to stay away from certain areas, so it might be a refuge area or an area for conservation. But they've done it quite successfully. A lot of the places we've been to, you either feel like you're not welcome or being told off, where at this site I think there's really a great balance. So lots of credit to the FSC for managing this site and really doing well to educate as well as conserve, but really integrate people as part of conservation. So it's a really great example, so thumbs up. If you do like our nature diaries, guys, please do like the videos and also comment. Let us know where you guys go out in nature as well. What sites are we missing, what we should really explore, especially if you're in the southwest of England. And also remember, we're not just about YouTube, we host lots and lots of events. So do check out Conservation Chat UK on Eventbrite. So we have lots of experts giving talks. We also give a lot of talks ourselves. Some are an hour long and some are full day conferences. So please do check them out. We're just trying to share our passion for nature and spread the word about conservation. So please do share our videos and we'll be massively grateful. Thank you very much. This really is a nature-rich place, and just behind me there's countless birds, including swans, grebes, coots and countless other water birds. We're even getting some of the ocean birds coming in as well, some of the gull species, because of the close proximity to the sea. But I'd like to also think hiding in amongst the reeds there might be species such as bittern, and there'll definitely be grey herring. Then perhaps at night time we might hear the croaks of toads and also the splash of an otter. But just on the meadows off this site, there was talk a few years ago about them potentially reintroducing or rewilding the large blue butterfly. Now these are making a comeback in the country, but they were thought to have been wiped out or close to extinction only decades ago. So these butterflies really have quite a unique and complex life cycle. So what happens is they rely on an ant species which acts as their host, and these butterflies become parasites to these ants. And the ants will actually take care of the larvae and the caterpillars, and the caterpillars might actually predate upon them, or more successfully act as like a cuckoo. So they'll pretend or mimic a young ant, and the adult ants will keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. So in order to get the rewilding right, you'd really need to conserve the ants, as well as provide the great habitat, the low grasslands, for the blue butterflies themselves. Well guys, that brings us to the end of this Nature Diaries. We hope you've liked it. Please like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you check out Conservation Chat UK on Eventbrite too. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.